Hello everyone and welcome. So in this video I'm going to talk about set and frozen sets. A set is basically, well, a set of unordered elements, kind of like a list or a dictionary that doesn't contain duplicates. And a frozen set is basically an immutable set. So we can create a set with either curly braces, just like a dictionary, or we have to use the set constructor. So what I've done here is I've created two identical sets, one with curly braces, one with the set function. And now just for you to see that these are unordered, I'm going to print music genres. Notice that I wrote jazz, rock, and pop. But now if I print this is going to create a set with pop, rock, and jazz. So you can see it's unordered. And if I print music genres too, this is going to print the same set but in a different order. Okay, so to create an empty set, you have to use the set constructor. Like so, because if you just write curly braces, this is just going to create an empty dictionary. And to create a frozen set, it's the same thing. You have to use the frozen set constructor. You can't use the curly braces. So I would use like a list in here and then Mike. And then if I print this frozen set, so print names like so, this is going to give me Mike. Okay. So that's basically what sets and frozen sets are. Now let's get into set comprehensions and methods. But before that, just to show you that sets don't in fact contain duplicates, I'm going to add another pop string in here, and I'm going to add another mic in here. So mic. And now if I print this, you can see that pop and mic don't appear twice in either of those sets and frozen sets. So you can see that there aren't any duplicates. So now let's tackle the question, why use sets? Well, that's because sets have an array of very specific functionalities that are particularly useful in certain situations. Because, for example, if you have more than one set, you can get only the elements that appear in both sets or the elements that appear in one but not the other, and stuff like that that you wouldn't be able to do with lists or dictionaries. Um, oh, and that reminds me, you can put any kind of data inside of your set. So, for example, integers, floats, you can put even Boolean values, etc. Okay, so now methods. Well, you can add uh, elements to your sets using the add method. So, for example, let's add country. And now if I run this code, this is going to give me a set with country in there. And you can also add multiple elements at the same time in a list form using the update method. So update, and then you would put a list in here. So a list, and then let me just put numbers because doesn't come to mind any other music genres. Okay, and now you can see that those numbers are in there. You can also remove elements, so music genres 2.remove, for example, pop. And now if I run this code, you can see that pop is no longer in there. And you can also do this with another method. So music genres 2 dot discard, and then you can remove, for example, jazz. Now you can see that, oh, invalid syntax, music, like that. Sorry about that. Okay, there you go. Jazz is no longer in there. Now, why would you use discard instead of remove? That's because if you try to remove an element that doesn't exist, so for example, hello, discard would just print none. Um, and but if you do that with this method here, it would throw an exception. So sometimes you don't want that. You can just use discard, and that would eliminate any problems that you would have. Okay, so now let's talk about how you can do those things that I talked about getting only elements that appear in both sets or the elements that appear in one and not the other, and etc. So you can do those things using the methods union, intersection, difference, and symmetric difference. So let me just comment this out so that it doesn't get too confusing in this print statement as well. Okay, so now if you want to get a set with all of the elements in music genres plus the elements in music genres too, you could use the union method. So music is going to equal music genres dot union. and then music genres 2. And now let me just print music, print music like that. And now if I run this code, you can see that it prints a set with all of the elements in both of those sets. Now, if you want to print all the elements that are both in music genres and music genres too, you can use the intersection method. So intersection and then music genres too. And now if I run this code, this is going to give me only the elements that are both in music genres and music genres too. And now if you want to get the elements that are in one but not the other, you can use the difference. So music genres dot difference like that, and then music genres too. And this is going to give me all the elements that are in music genres but not in music genres too. And now if I do this is going to give me all the elements that are in music genres too but not in music genres. And lastly, you can use symmetric difference to get the values in both sets but that aren't shared, so values that are only in one or the other. So what was it? Symmetric difference like so. And now music genres too. Okay, so these are all of the elements that are not shared by the sets. And okay, so that's basically all the methods that I had to show you. And now let's talk about set comprehensions. So just like with the list comprehensions, you can transform lists into sets only if they meet a certain condition, or only the elements that meet a certain condition. So I'm going to create a list which is going to be items. This is going to be a few music genres, so country, pop, and then rock, for example, rock like that. And now I want to turn this into a set that has the elements that start with the letter R. In this case, it would be rock. So to do that, I'm going to create a set called music genres, like that. This is going to equal a set, so curly braces. And now I want to add to the set the genre for genre in that list, so items, if the first letter of that genre, so 0, is the letter R. Where is it? R, like that. And now if I print music genres, this is going to give me a set with rock inside. Okay, so that's it for this video. I hope it was easy to understand. I hope you enjoyed it. If you did, please like and subscribe to help support the channel, and I'll see you in the next one.